is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
So listen, it's going to be quick, but since this has already started, I feel like I need to address it, and so do a lot of us. DEI initiatives are racist and discriminatory in its initiative and in the practice of it. Simply put, it is hiring somebody or promoting somebody or advancing somebody based on characteristics other than actual merit. Physical characteristics, sexual orientation, whatever it may be, is not a qualification. Bottom line. It is eliminating a large percentage of the population and of the candidacy by only looking at a certain segment of such population. And it always fits into the left's plans of division, victimization, etc. To point such out that it is racist and it's discrimination is not racist. Pointing this out and talking about the doubt it sows in candidates that in companies that are pushing DEI initiatives is not racist. It's pointing out that racism has been instilled in their hiring or advancement processes and has now made it so such people in those positions who have been hired or promoted are being doubted and thought of as maybe they're a DEI hire. Maybe it's one of those initiatives. When in all actuality, that person might very well be the best, most qualified person for that job. But it's not fair to them when people look at them and doubt them because of the color of their skin or their sexual preference or their gender. But it's going to happen not because of their color, sexual preference, or gender, but because of the initiative being pushed within said organization that is promoting hiring and advancing on those characteristics as the main factor. For example, when Joe Biden stepped up and said, I'm going to pick a black woman for the Supreme Court. Okay, if he would have just thought that and did it, that so be it. But the fact that he stated that meant that he immediately eliminated 96% of the population from consideration. So now you're saying, well, that means the best possible candidate must come from that 4%. Was she the best candidate? Maybe. Maybe she absolutely could have been. But it's not fair now that people doubt such because of the left's push of the DEI initiative and ideology. So, again, it falls right in line with them victimizing certain groups in order to get votes and in order to basically use them as pawns instead of the platform on the right where you see we welcome all. We welcome all. Is there racist people on the right? Absolutely. There's racist people all over. But I'm talking about as a whole, as an ideology, as policy matters go. It is we welcome you. And people like Rick Grinnell have said it best. You know, he's gay. He's been in many positions throughout his life, he said, where he's kind of been put at the little side table and propped up as a show of, look who I hired. But he stated that when he was hired in the Trump administration, he actually had a seat at the table, no questions asked. Nobody brought up anything about his sexual orientation or preference. And it was simply, hey, you can do the job. You're the best candidate. Here you go. We don't care what you do at home. We don't care who you're attracted to. Bottom line. The left is so upset about, black men are going over to MAGA. Why? They're it has nothing to do. It's just people are going to MAGA of all races, ethnicities, religions, genders, creeds, because it's not a sideshow. They're not going to give you a flag, tell you during this month you need to prop that flag up and walk down the street and celebrate your race or your, whatever. It's unnecessary. If you want to be proud of such, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But to tell a group of people that they have to, be known and have their identity, their main identity be that characteristic, other than their talents, other than their education level, other than what they've worked for in life, is the most ridiculous type of, just superiority and discrimination I've ever seen in my life. It's insanity that more people haven't seen it this way, because it's so blatant. And the left and the media tries to twist this around and say, if you point out that DEI is racist, you're the racist. No. Doesn't work that way. We're pointing out that DEI is a racist ideology and a racist policy because, again, it discriminates against certain groups while advancing others. And when certain people are put into those positions, some aren't the best candidates, some are the best candidates, but you can't distinguish between the two because they have a DEI initiative going on in a lot of organizations and on the left. So if a doctor comes into the operating room and they are, say, a black woman, and this hospital and the med schools now are pushing a lower criteria and a DEI agenda for certain groups, is it wrong or racist of you to wonder if that person was the best for the job, or if they got that due to a DEI initiative? No, that's not racist of you. It's racist of the people who put the initiative in place and victimized people and told them they can't achieve what people of another color can achieve because they're a certain color. So we're going to lower your criteria. Bull. Nobody, that's ridiculous. That is complete divisive, hateful victimization and ridiculous rhetoric that the left has pushed in order to try to divide us and gain votes on their side by people thinking they need them. A colorblind society has always been the goal since segregation ended, and we've worked towards that, but now we've moved away from that. Luckily, half the country still believes in such, which is why, you get such diverse groups in hiring by merit. You don't have to artificially induce diversity. When you just hire by merit, it comes naturally. You get people of all walks of life because there's people that are qualified and the best candidates of every sector of our population. But when you artificially induce such, you're doing everyone a disservice, and ultimately it's only benefiting one group, and that's the leftist politicians who are trying to gain the votes. So again, I don't want to hear the DEI calling it out as racist. The initiative itself is racist, bottom line. Thanks.